Morning. My name is Shannon, and today we are going to be talking about Saturn and Cancer. For those of you who are just seeing this, I have been doing a series of all the larger planets over the next 20 years. This is going to be about Saturn and Cancer from 2032 to 2034. It has a little bit of a stint in 2035, but if you have enjoyed this series, press all of the buttons. I'm sure it does something, I'm just not aware of yet. Anywho, I have to take this morning to do some stuff, and I figured now is a good time to talk about this while I do my million other things. So, Saturn in Cancer, we're not gonna get a back and forth like some of the other planets had given. We're not going to get that teeter-totter like some of the other planets have done over the course of their lives. We're going to be jumping straight into Saturn in Cancer. It goes just straight from Gemini to Cancer. There's no in between. There's no little dance that happens. And then within a month, just a couple of weeks, Uranus enters Cancer. This is a completely missed opportunity, I feel, because it seems like we really almost had it. There really was it could have been better motif going on. And in 2024, it leaves Cancer to go into Leo and then makes a trip back in 2035. At this point, Pluto will still be in Aquarius and Neptune will be in Aries. What does all of that mean? Well, Aquarius and Aries and Cancer. Oh my, what a nightmare. Those aren't the things that you put together, my dear. What are you doing? Let's talk about emotional. And so Saturn, for those of you who don't know, is Father Time. And Cancer is of the mother. So we're going to be dealing more with our parents this coming situation, or things that are going on in the home, specifically those parent-child relationships, because Saturn being in Father Time and in such an emotional place as Cancer, which is not its home place, it's the opposite of its home placement. It is not. And I swear, people with Saturn in Cancer, just the right thing to do is cry about it. The right thing to do is cry wolf. And you want to talk about the perfect placement for gaslighting. The perfect placement with Uranus there too? Oh no, honey. I'm going to make you feel, you're going to feel so guilty. And you're going to feel like nothing you ever do is good enough. And you're almost trying to make it to the next day, and it feels like it's a missed opportunity, like you just had it, like it was right there, and for whatever reason, it's just become lost on you, because the right thing to do, according to Saturn and Cancer, is to become emotional about it. That's the right thing to do, because maybe if I feel enough about it, something will happen, and that's not the right way to do things. Saturn is normally ruled by Capricorn, which is reliability and logistics, and Cancer is just none of those things. And your mother may become more masculine during this time. Your father may become more feminine during this time. And it also depends on a lot of other placements. If you need a reading, hit me up. I can give you a free 10-minute reading if I am allowed to record it. With Saturn in Cancer, during the end phase of it in 2034, when it goes into Leo, we're going to have a little bit of a reprieve, but Uranus is still going to be in Cancer. And Uranus is that is going to be electric emotion. Then Saturn enters Leo, and like we are going to start to see the fun side of things. And then for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, but it goes back into Cancer in 2035 for a short stint. During that time, we're going to be revisiting whatever lesson we needed to learn during the whole phase. It's going to be like a reminder lesson, like, hey, you remember that you're supposed to feel this way about this. Don't forget. And anytime these planets enter a new phase, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a rocky start, because anything you start, you're starting it. You're new at it. If you're new at it, you're not good at it. At least not normally the first time around. Now, it's still going to be the time for fire and air signs. This is going to be a good reprieve for some water signs, though. Some of those conjunctions, especially with planets that are faster moving, like Mercury, which I haven't talked about yet, and those people that have Uranus in Cancer, like if you have Jupiter in Cancer, this time period is going to cut you some slack. And even some of the other water placements, it'll be a reprieve for y'all. It won't be like a complete, okay, I can let my hair down, I can take a deep breath kind of moment, but it'll at least be a time period of, okay, it's not the entirety of my life. It's just a phase. It's just a season. It's going to be a long season, but nevertheless, and Cancers aren't really known for having light work done and having I'm looking for. They never know really how to relax. They're never truly comfortable with anything, which is very unfortunate. And I hope that Cancers can learn how to be more comfortable in their own skin. They're always on edge. And I hope during this time it is a little bit easier for y'all. For a lot of other alignments and people with other types of alignments, this isn't going... It can go kind of multiple ways, but from what I see, the right thing to do is going to be more of like, what is my heart telling me? And Cancer isn't about the heart. That's more of a Leo thing. But Cancer is the maternal sign, so it's the breastises. But we're not obviously going to lead with that. We would lead more with the heart and our emotions. And this is also going to be a time about the motherland, because Cancer is very patriotic and nostalgic. It's the first water-based sign in the zodiac. So if you do feel yourself reminiscing, it may be kind of the right time to do it, or you'll feel like it's the right thing to do and the right timing to do that, kind of reminding yourself. Anywho, I so appreciate your watching. This is just about my 10 minutes up. And if you are finding these beneficial, tell me about it. I would like to know. I'm really doing this for me, but if I can help somebody else during a rough struggle time, then I'm happy to. I am going to work on the next video now while I do have a good morning, because it's Sunday morning and I want to have a nice morning and kind of do this while I do dishes. So I will either work on that or I won't. I don't know how my ADHD, what is that gonna do? Peace out, fam. Love.